Hey, howdy there again, folks. And of course, Brandon Wenzel, come back at you. Another offering of my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, and Platter video series of videos I've been doing for a little while now, where I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then I talk about the stuff. I let you know all that you need to know about foods and drinks and foods and all the stuff that's fit to be put in your mouth of a food and drink variety. Other things can fit in there too, but that's completely on, hey, that's between you and whatever. Okay? I don't need to know. But anyway, that all aside, what am I trying for y'all today, folks? Well, I'm in the truck, I'm doing a thing. I'm in the truck, I'm doing a thing. That means that I found a thing on the way to work or on some place in transit. That's the case. Today, folks, we're going back to an old favorite. Well, not an old favorite, you know, because I've done a number of videos for them. Boom! We're doing the Shamrock Macchiato, or Macchiato, yes, from Dunkin. Yes, indeed, folks, I've done a number of Dunkin items. I did the mango nata. I did the omelet bites. Go watch that video. I've done cold brew, whatever. So basically, once a month, they have some sort of a wacky promotional item that's only around for a month. Shamrock Macchiato. I was on my way home from work. I got my day off. So I'm going to get myself a drink. Shamrock Macchiato. Although I will say, not as green as advertised. Still got kind of a olive green kind of thing to it. So, my guess would be, what with the Shamrock Association and namesake, I'm hoping that it's, basically somewhat equivalent to, the Shamrock Shake from McDonald's, which I personally am a big old fan of. I know it's a bit divisive, but I'm willing to die on that hill. I like me a Shamrock Shake. I'm just saying. So I'm hoping, it looks like maybe that, I don't know if that's just coffee or mocha. If it's mint and chocolate, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of mint and chocolate. I'm just saying. So, I'm hopeful with this one. I generally like Dunkin' stuff anyway, but, they've had a few that, I don't think any of them have been bad, but there's been a few where I was kind of like, okay. I'm hopeful for this one, folks, okay? It's the end of my week. I got one day off before I have to go back. I got a nice day planned. It's going to be a good time. Let's start it off right, folks, with the Shamrock Shake. Or Shamrock Macchiato from Dunkin'. And as a bonus, because they also have, one of a kind, or once a month donuts. Boom, we got a chocolate croissant. So I'm going to tag that one in there too. Just because I bought it because I was hungry. Let's try a thing. I'm going to try it like this, and then I'm going to mix it up and see how it goes. Ooh, that's weird. That's really weird. That doesn't taste at all like I was expecting. Maybe it has a minty thing? It's almost like maybe I'm just insane. It has sort of like a coconutty aspect to it. It's like a coconut mint, which is weird. That's so bizarre. It has to have coconut in it. Because, I'm getting sort of my initial thing is sort of you get sort of a little bit of a coolness kind of mint sort of flavor, but it subsides very quickly, and it becomes more of a creamy flavor, and then it tapers off into sort of a coconut taste. It doesn't last for very long, but it's there at the end. This has to have, they must use coconut milk or something. I don't know if that's staple of the thing or what have you. I didn't ask for coconut milk. Not hating on it. I'm not the biggest coconut guy in the world, but, I'm just saying it's there. That's so bizarre, though. The way that it tapers off the mint. Because for me, I love mint. Mint is, one of my favorite fucking flavors. I like some punchy mint. With this, it starts to ascend a little bit with the mintiness, and then it kind of goes over there. Like I said, it just tapers off. It just becomes this very creamy ride. Then it kind of bottoms out a little bit into sort of a coconut flavor, just for kind of half a second. That's really weird. I honestly don't know that I've had anything that ever tastes like that exactly. It's not unpleasant. Genuinely, if you'd asked me if I thought mint would go with fucking coconut, I would have called you a crazy person. I would have gone over there and had your ass committed. And you would have been over there and been like, I don't understand why this guy on YouTube has the power to commit me. He's not a doctor. He's not a friend. He's not a relative or anybody like that. He doesn't have my, legal representation in mind. But it doesn't matter. I'm Brandon goddamn Wenzel. I do what I want. That's really weird. Let's mix it up. Mixing up the thing. Watch it mix. There. Fucking cup always with the lid and such. Mix. That's what you must mix. See how it goes now that it's all been properly combobulated. Combobulation complete. Oh, I'm sad. I should have mixed it from the beginning, because the problem is I was drinking from the bottom, as you saw. So I think I drank up, not a lot. I mean, you guys saw there was still a decent amount of greenish at the bottom. But once I mixed it together, the coffee stuff on the top, which it's coffee, it's definitely not mocha. But I wonder if I could order it with mocha. Potential hack there. I have no idea if it would work, but maybe I'll see if I can have that happen next time. Once I mixed it with the coffee completely took over. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I got the initial drinks in that I did of the bottom stuff, because if I just... yeah, I got to taste I got a more pure version of the taste. With this, it just kind of tastes like a cold brew coffee. There is sort of a coolness to it, but yeah, once I mixed it together, like that mint flavor really, like it was already fighting against the coconut or what the hell ever. With the coffee, it's just all I'm really getting is sort of a mild cooling sensation. That's a shame. It still tastes good. I mean, I'll say, here's the thing. I'm not the biggest coffee guy in the world, but I'm okay with it. I can dig it every now and again. I like coffee-related things, like coffee-adjacent stuff. Thing is, for me, I probably would have preferred the bottom stuff just by itself. That was an interesting experience. Had sort of a mintiness to it. It was doing its thing. The coffee aspect, I'm definitely happy that the bottom stuff was there to kind of, even it out. Because if I'm going to drink coffee, I'm going to mix in crap so it doesn't taste that much like coffee, if I'm honest. So, yeah, I mean, it was okay. Problem is, once you mix it, it really loses the gimmick. And it definitely doesn't stand up to the Shamrock Shake from McDonald's. It just doesn't. It's not even fucking close. I really was hoping, for some very solid minty flavor. But right off the bat, it was already somewhat diluted. And then on top of that, once I added in the coffee, it was just, it's almost non-existent now. I mean, yeah, it's not a bad coffee drink, but now it just feels like a fairly standard coffee drink. Just maybe a little bit better tasting than like a normal one, at least in my opinion. I mean, like I said, it's an okay drink overall. It's disappointing for me. Would I recommend it? That's a tough one because, like, the initial experience was good, and if you don't mix it, I think it's probably, for me personally, probably a better drink. But, I mean, try it, I guess, but, like, the thing is, for me, don't go into it with the expectation that I did, where I was expecting a nice minty morning for myself. It was okay, but it's inoffensive, if that's anything. Like, it doesn't taste bad. Overall, it's pretty decent for what it is. It's just not as special as I feel like it should have been. I feel like there really should have been more to this to really make it something properly unique. And, what it did have that made it unique kind of pissed away as soon as everything came together. So, I mean, try it while it's available. But, like, if you're a big mint guy like me, it is what it is. You're not going to be wowed. So, alright. Well, we still got a chocolate croissant. That's got to be good, right? That's be good. Not that this wasn't good, but it's disappointing. I almost prefer something be expectedly bad versus something being disappointingly good. It's so weird looking. Oh, let's try a thing. The croissant's okay. Very light and fluffy, but it's got the crispiness around it. Got sort of a butteriness to it. It's not the best croissant you're ever have, ain't no two ways about it. But it's not bad. As for the chocolate, it's pretty good. It's more in the middle. It's squishier in the middle than it is on the outside, which makes sense, of course, but yeah, it's got chocolate flavor is actually pretty good. I was a little bit worried because I wasn't seeing that much, and I was like, it seems like they might have skimped. But I actually think it's the appropriate amount. I think if they would have used more, it would have overpowered the croissant entirely. As is, it's actually some pretty punchy chocolate flavor. And it's very much, at least to me, it tastes like the chocolate that they use for chocolate chips. So it's got a nice sweetness to it, but then it's also got kind of a bitterness at the end. And you really do get the punchiness of the bitterness. And it's almost a bit much for me. But then you've got the croissant to kind of go over there and, reel it back in a little bit. That's not bad. It's not my favorite thing from Dunkin' ever. But for what it is, pretty solid. I'm not enjoying it. Would I get it again? As a limited time item? No. If it were just a normal thing, like part of their normal repertoire, maybe if I were going over there and getting like a box, like if I was going to go get one for everyone at work or some shit like that, I might go over there and toss a couple in there because they're good and they're kind of interesting for what they are. Like they, definitely taste different than the other Dunkin' items. And it might be something that every now and again I would grab for myself if I was just in the mood. But, I mean, for me personally, I'm a big fan of, like, the Boston cream. So, I'd probably just go with something like that versus this, which is good, but, it's not even that it's in any way bad or anything. It's just not, it doesn't play supremely to my preferences. But the croissant is done well for what it is. It tastes good. The chocolate, I think they did a good job with not only the selection of the chocolate, but the quantity. And it's a fairly light thing. compared to a donut filled with Boston cream. So, would I recommend it? Absolutely. Give it a shot. Especially if you're a big fan of, well, I don't know, maybe if you're a big fan of croissants, you'd be like, pshaw! Okay, I'm not going to go over there and deal with your peasant croissant. I don't know, folks. I'm not that guy. I'm not a snobby croissant guy. No offense to you if you are. I mean, hey, we all have our things. That's not me. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, folks. Good. 5 things before I get out of here real quick. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Spend this rest of your week, mental rest of your month, an amazing rest of your year. If you could go over there and have yourselves a Shamrock Shake-tastic rest of your life. Notice I said shake and not macchiato because Shamrock Shake is fantastic. Final 2 things for me, folks, if you could. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, even if it doesn't always feel like it. But what you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You try not to be an asshole. Okay? You're going to fail sometimes. That's why I put try at the beginning. It's deliberate. But try to mitigate the level of assholishness. If you can't put the good stuff out there, don't take it away. Life's difficult enough as it is. Very final thing, folks. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Maybe you're going to go over there. You're going to come out with a proper Shamrock Macchiato. And you're going to pitch it to Dunkin. And then next year, they'll go over there and they'll have it available. And I'll be over there and I'll be done with work and I'll drive by. I'll be like, I don't know, man, last year. But then you go over there and you hit up the comments section. Feel free to hit up the comments section. Remember, I do fan requests when I can. I got a couple that I got to drive to some places and make some things happen. We'll see what happens with those. But then you go over there, you're like, Brandon, no, trust me. New formula. I totally did the thing, and trust me, I did the thing because you told me to do the thing. Or, I don't know, take up a painting class. Bye.